I don't know if I open the mage, the priest is not in combat no more. Was my bad. I should have instantly trinketed the kidney. There was no point really for me to wait. But if now. Стрим лагает. Странно. Это, наверное, с твоей стороны у меня ничего не лагает. Ну, то есть потери кадров нет. То есть это либо со стороны типа проблемы, либо с твоей. Fuck it, I guess. I'm gonna let him open the priest. Hope for the best. No. There's no hoping for the best. He just dies. I can't let him do that. I need to open Shadow Priest. I'm gonna try and sit this kidney, especially that EPS. Wait, why is he sitting? Guess he misclicked or something. Летом будет 26. Just go feral, I think. Dispel. Never dispel, I guess. Вообще, да, конечно, прист играет так себе. Ну и типа еще сложно понять, сколько из этого, типа сколько от его гира зависит, а сколько от того, что он играет просто плохо. Ну то есть, типа иногда очень плохо играет, по-моему. Эфиры какие-то на отъебись дает, не попадая вообще ни по одному таргету. Что такое? С нами просто умирает, и я не успеваю ничего сделать вообще. Я мог бы рогу процклонить, наверное. Хз. Я просто еще не привык, ну я не привык к тому, что приз дохнет просто как говно от всего подряд. Я на это как-то не рассчитываю. Наверное, стоило бы. Oops. The warrior gave up, I guess, now. Maybe DC. Or like AFK. Rather. Вообще странно, конечно, что у него так мало рез, хотя ничего странного, у него получается пояс, сапоги, брасы, перчатки, юфхенд, ПВЕшные, причем стрёмные, брасы еще более-менее. Но вообще вроде фризов не было пока что. Не знаю, от обновления или это драйверов, или я там еще просто одну программу отключил, которая, мне кажется, могла быть причиной вот этих фризов долбаных. Не знаю, что из этого помогло, но походу фризов нету. Пока что, по крайней мере. Это радует. Не знаю, что делать. Шаман туннелить попробую. How the fuck is that short? Не знаю, вообще убили или Лема. Мне кажется, что нет. Он еще лагает. Не могу бить его нормально. I guess I should just cycle Zerg here, maybe. Really have no idea how to win this. I think we need to burn Pala somehow, not shaman. I'll try and go and try channeling Paladin, but I'm dead, I guess. Yeah. I was getting used to Wrath, fast-paced PvP. I guess slowly. I mean, it's definitely better now than it was when I had just started playing. Yo, by the way, I remember you told me you had a bunch of characters. Do you have any characters in Ice Crown as well? Like something like a disc on Alliance, or maybe Rest Druids on Alliance, something like that. I mean, I remember you told me they were mostly on Blackrock, but maybe you have some characters in Ice Crown as well. Because I'm looking for a disc priest for my friend to play, like Pharaoh Priest with me, for instance, here, or Pharaoh Warrior, because someone gave me their like full Beast Warrior. That warrior is actually insane. It has insane gear. Like, it can't get any better. So I was thinking maybe I could play Disc Warrior with my friend, or maybe Warrior Druid with my other friend. Maybe he bubbles this. I do Modern Warrior and DK and Disc. Let's see, could you maybe... Are you playing those characters at all? Because I was about to ask you if you could let me play... Well, not necessarily me, but like one of my friends to play with me on that disc. Because I've been looking for a character to play on this Pharaoh with. Like, I have people to play with, but they don't have characters here. And yeah, there's no way they're gonna start playing and gear those characters up and do all that shit. So I thought maybe I could find them a character to play on. Да, конечно, жаль, что 2-4-3 умер. Ну да. Those I'm using myself, but I asked some friends who stopped there. Alright, well, yeah, no pressure, just asking, you know, if you have anything that would be nice, I guess. I mean, either you or your friends or something. We need a disc. I think someone on streams offered me their Rest Druid on Ice Crown, but I'm not sure if it's Horde or Alliance. I'll ask them later. But yeah, still no disc.
That forces bubble, I think. No. You got a hollow shock in. Time to zerg. Тебе, кстати, что больше заходит? 2.4.3 или версии повыше? Ну, 2.4.3, я думаю. Я же на нем в основном и играл. Я на Wotlk слабо играю, я на нем не играл почти. На офе тоже почти не играл. Я в основном все время играл на 2.4.3. Таким голосом говорю, как будто плачешь. Да не, просто икал, скорее. Точнее, не икал, а не знаю, как называется. Короче. Пищеварительные процессы повлияли на мой голос. Нежели эмоции. Oh, he bubbled. Okay, I did notice. By the way, if you're ever planning to play with the rogue in 2s, and you guys face Shadow Warrior, if the rogue disarms the warrior can't shield wall. Pretty easy ratings. Well, I think if I were to ever play with a rogue, I would probably play with someone who knows that. I mean, most of my friends are like good players. Most of the people I play with, and those that I don't know, like the people that I don't know that I happen to be playing with, like some random people I find in game. I don't really care how they play. I don't care what they do, and I most likely I won't even bother telling them what is a correct play and what is not correct and all that shit. And tell them how to play and all that. Usually when I play with someone random I found in game, I don't care. Like I don't care what they do. I might tell them, but usually I just play and suffer, kind of, because most of them are bad, and those that are decent don't need to be told what to do. Oh, that's a fucking... I thought that was a red. The fuck? Might die, I think. Nope. Deadly Coward still plays at Night Bay. Silly him. I didn't know he was. I mean, I knew he was playing there, but I didn't know he was playing to this day. I thought he started. Well, I know that he started leveling a character on Netherwing. He told me. So I thought he quit Nightbane because, well, according to him, that server was like a huge pile of garbage, basically. Someone actually offered me their Disc Priest on Nightbane today to play. I'm not sure I want to play on Nightbane. Mainly due to what Deadly Coward said about that server. Him and the other people too, actually. It wasn't just him. Other people told me it sucks. And I have no reason to not believe them. Fuck man, playing against Shadow Priest Rogue with this gear is just so fucking tough. It's like no matter what opener I go for, we're fucked, I think. I have to peel Rogue, I guess. Otherwise my priestess is dead. My priest has 950 resilience, pretty low HP. Normally I would let them open on him, but if I do that, he's just dead. There's no way I can do anything about it, so I have to open the Shadow Priest and get myself into a shitty scenario, pretty much. There's no other way though. The thing is, they can even tunnel me, like, they sub the priest, I open the Shadow Priest, they can just start wrecking me and I'll go down as well because my resilience is also pretty low. I missed his answer. Okay, that was no answer, okay. But yeah, I guess it could be actually fun playing Warrior, since that guy that gave me Warrior, the Warrior is so fucking insane. It literally can't get any better in terms of gear. It has all of it. It has every single best in slot piece and best professions. It has it all. What if I just Zerg right away? Okay, we're a trinket. Nice life decision. Well, not life decision. Nice decision, I guess. Uzbek, are you going to Classic this summer? I don't know, man. We'll see. Fuck you, Wingst. Fuck off. Fuck off, dog. Did Sika / Bosu give his accounts away? I have no idea who that is. Uzbeki, are you going Classic this summer? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I wasn't planning on playing or not playing Classic. I have no idea. I mean, I guess we'll see. See how it goes. Maybe by then I won't be playing. Maybe by then I won't be even alive. You know, who knows? It depends. Normally I would say that I don't really see myself playing the game without, playing World of Warcraft without Arena. Because all I do in WoW is just play Arena, right? Other things I do are just so that I do them so that I can play Arena. So since there's no Arena and Classic, I'm really not sure. I mean, if I happen to be playing more casually, I am playing pretty casually now, but I still play Arena. If by then I'll be more about socializing and just, you know, having fun, doing whatever, then I might play Classic. That's the only way I see myself playing it. Otherwise, you know, if my attitude towards the game will remain the same, so to say, then I'll probably not stick around for too long. Maybe force the freedom here. Okay. I think. Oh man, I should have just gone red instead of doing this shit. I'm so tilted. Okay, it's never too late. Actually, it is too late now because he can bubble. Okay, I see. He resisted. He's gonna bubble now. Or die. So, yeah, I don't know about Classic. We'll see, man. And right now you're practicing for War Main tournament? No, not at all, man. I'm most likely not gonna even try and compete. I don't give a shit. I mean, there's no way I can get good enough to be able to compete with those people, like, in this short period of time. I mean, I could try, I guess, but I'm not into that shit in general. Into like forcing myself to do something, to achieve something, you know, that kind of stuff. If I were already pretty good at Wrath and then a tournament would be held, then I would probably love to compete, but otherwise I'm not a Wrath player by any stretch of the imagination, man. I suck. So no, man, I don't know. I don't think I'll be even trying to do anything related to that tournament. I'll open right now. Did. Nice UI, thanks, man. I'm planning to enter a 3v3 tourney and War main Wrath. Pretty nice price pool. Well, I guess I had just answered that. Maybe you can join some good BG pre-made and play versus some good EU pre-mades. Yeah, maybe. You mean on vanilla, right? Yeah, maybe, sure. But there's so much ETC who's been rank 1 last 7 years. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of players on Wrath that have been playing this game for as long as I've been playing TBC. For like, or at least about as long, you know. And those players are way better than I am at this game. Some of them are better players, I guess, too. Like in general, I don't consider myself like I'm special. I'm especially good or something. I play TBC good, no doubt, but that's just practice and love for the game, basically. I pretty much suck at other expansions. Interesting. Shit. I was gonna pre-kick it. Did it a bit early. Greedy with the clone as well. how the fuck am I gonna compete against, like, I don't know who's gonna partake in the tournament, but those rank 1 players. There's no way, man. Кинь ссылку на свой Twitch. You full wrathful gear? No, my gear is actually pretty bad. I mean, it's alright. It's not that bad, but it's not that good either. Pretty low in resil. 882 is low. Some of my pieces are good. Like this is best in slot, and this is best in slot. And 264 neck and back. These are fine. They're not best in slot or anything, but they're fine. Season 8 bout and Season 8 bracers, those are okay. Good trinket, good idol. Kind of average ring. Not too bad, not too good. This ring is garbage. These boots are bad too. These pants are meh. Kind of bad as well. And my priest gear is even worse. I mean, he has wrathful pieces and good trinkets and good weapon and all that, but his offset pieces are terrible. He has like 950 resilience, which is really low. As you can see, he dies like he's a piece of paper, man. He goes down like Titanic, bro. So yeah, my gear is not that good. It's not bad, but it's kind of whatever. I want to get into the Ruby Sanctum 25 heroic so I can get that ring, or at least normal. I want to change this ring. This ring is garbage. I mean, it's not terrible, it's not useless, but it's pretty bad. So I'd like to change it for this thing. No, not this thing. This thing. At least normal. Ideally heroic. That would be nice, because I guess I'm not getting into ICC without joining a guild, neither normal nor heroic. And the Ruby Sanctum, I guess maybe I could somehow get into that, because since there's only like one boss in the whole raid. So I mean, I could be wrong, maybe I can't get into it, but I hope I can, so I can get the ring. The ring is nice. So when I get the ring and then get some wrathful pieces, wrathful offset pieces, I mean, oh, my priest is dead. No chance. Oh, he actually survives because Rogue is an idiot. He's blind. I would refuse to play disc if not Resi around 13-14k. Yeah, I agree, especially here on nice ground where Pretty much every warrior, red and DK you face has Shadow Morin. That's just painful, man. I mean, look at this shit. 200 item level, garbage. 200 item level, garbage. 264 PvE. Not as bad as this, but garbage. Same here, 245, garbage. Garbage. PvE. The rest of his gear is actually pretty good. But these pieces without resilience are what's ruining it all. Dispel, please. Nice. Nice, dude. How was your Zerg, by the way? Sick bathing. No proc. Okay, I guess I have to cast it. I'm just trying to get him 30% of the games played, so he gets points. In case you know, we continue playing, 'cause you never know. I mean, even if I were to find someone else now, it would definitely take time. I mean, not definitely, but you know, I've been trying to find someone to play with here a number of times, and sometimes it would take me quite a long time, and I still couldn't do it. So it's pretty hard. It's been pretty hard for me to find a partner here, to find someone to play with. So since we're already playing, I'd rather, you know, that than searching for somebody else now and do all that shit. CBA. Just want to get him 30% of the games and call it a night. Go chill. He's gonna sabotage me. Yep, of course. Yeah, my priest is dead. I did some really stupid shit there. I did a really stupid move. Like, I knew that the rogue was gonna try and stab me. Once I were about to come and like start doing something, because I would leave combat by then. So going stealth, I mean, I got myself in combat by mass buffing the priest to prevent, you know, prevent the rogue from sapping me. But then I melded and went stealth, which made no sense. Absolutely, I don't know why I did that. It's just, it was the dumbest move ever. Then I get sapped and the priest died. But even if I wouldn't get sapped, still pretty dumb move. Man, why the fuck are we only playing against Shadow Priest rogues? I mean, it's not that we're only playing against them, but we face them quite frequently. Man, the PS was kind of premature. I have to heal him and then he still dies. Yeah, that's pretty upsetting. Can't do shit. He's just dying. I can't do nothing. He's dying in seconds. Yeah, this guy has like insane gear actually. Не думаю, что тебе понравится ванила дрочить без вылазки, БГ 2-3 месяца, чтобы получить ПП гир, это не самое веселое для человека, кто только аренит. Да не факт, почему. Просто там игра в другом заключается. Там смысл игры в другом. Поэтому, может, мне так тоже понравится играть, я не знаю. Я просто никогда на ваниле вообще не играл. Ну, то есть, есть что-то такое в этом. В том, чтобы там как-то прокачивать действительно своего персонажа, одевать там за каждую шмотку радуешься. И есть какое-то ощущение прогресса, ощущение достижения какого-то и так далее. Это тоже прикольно, наверное. Не знаю, понравится мне это или нет. И вообще попробую ли я это или нет даже. Но может понравится, может попробую, посмотрим. I didn't mean to stop that cast. I did it by accident. Why the fuck did it not fear? He just ran right past the priest that was cloned. I'll banish the priest as well, so maybe he can reach for fear. And then I just die randomly again without using the fucking shield wall. Where it is? Last stand. I'm honestly pretty tired. Wanna piece it ASAP. А на ваниле типа очень тяжело. А в чем тогда, по-твоему, смысл ванилы? Я не знаю, ты меня спрашиваешь или человек, который сказал, что мне не понравится ванила, потому что там долго фармить. На ваниле вроде я слышу, что действительно очень тяжело фармить, все вот это делать, там, неважно, что ты PvE-шь, PvP-шь, там, надо очень долго грандить, там, все это фармить, все вот это делать. Versus DK, I always try to line interrupts to kill the gargoyle. It's unholy to kiss most important birds. Well, I know that, yeah. I know, I'm just pretty tired, man. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Pretty much playing by, like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm playing still, but I'm barely playing, I would say. Auto mode, yeah, I was looking for that word. Or like cruise control or some shit. You get the idea, I'm pretty tired. Но ты говоришь, что по-твоему смысл ванилы в другом, вот мне интересно, в чем же. Я не знаю, я не играл на ваниле. Но мне кажется, я сказал, что мне кажется, что смысл ванилы в другом. То есть игра заключается не в том, вот, я играю, например, арену, да, здесь понятно, в чем заключается игра. Непосредственно там Короче, тут даже объяснять, распинаться не буду, все понятно. Тем, кто играл в арену, когда это все понятно. А на ваниле игра, наверное, заключается в том, что, большая часть игры это какой-то социальный аспект, какой-то социальный аспект и именно вот какое-то ощущение достижения, там, ощущение там в том, грубо говоря, заключается в том, что ты там своего персонажа прокачиваешь, одеваешь, там, ты, не знаю, что угодно делаешь. Ну, мне кажется, что так, по крайней мере. Yeah, dude, this is just... Are we done? Last game, I guess. Pick you on autopilot in before accidentally rank 1. No man, not gonna happen. Not in Wrath. Подписка Тупоферов ДЦ хотел давно посмотреть. Только шрифт говно, не бай меня, только пожалуйста, он реально заебал, как Comic Sans. Да не знаю, говно так говно, заебал так заебал. Хреново тебе, меня не заебал. Мне норм. Я уже на самом деле очень сильно просто привык к нему. Я играю с ним уже просто не знаю сколько лет. Лет 7, может быть, 6, что-то около того. Привык к нему, и когда начинаю с другим шрифтом играть, как-то глазу как-то непривычно. И немножко это раздражает, что ли. А там X1, там это где? Там наводили? Ну, конечно, X1. Мы же про этот говорим, про классик, который летом будет. Ну, говорили. Вопрос про него был изначально. То есть, мне кажется, я, опять же, повторяюсь, никогда не играл на ваниле. Там, мне кажется, в основном игра именно про социальный аспект и про ощущение там достижения какого-то чего-то. Ты прокачиваешь персонажа своего, одеваешь, долго все это делаешь, и потом у тебя из-за этого чувство, что типа ты что-то достиг, грубо говоря, и тебе это нравится. И хуй его знает, как объяснить, короче, что-то такое, мне кажется. Nice, I'm just fucking dead. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I don't know what's happening. I have no idea. I hope this was the last game. Oh shit, are you kidding me? One more, okay. I'm gonna try and get my shit together and end it on a good note. Give it a try and play as good as I can now. И про грайнд. Ну, грайнд, да. Ну, грайнд же он весь и делается для того, чтобы вот это ощущение прогресса какого-то, чтобы было. Ну, там есть именно ощущение прогресса. Что такой долгий грайнд, ты грайндишь там PvP, PvE, не важно, что ты делаешь, что это надо тебе прям несколько месяцев задрачивать. И из-за этого возникает ощущение прогресса. Там, наверное, в этом смысл игры. Тебе нравится, если социальный аспект и ощущение, вот это вот второе, которое я пытаюсь описать, все никак не могу, его обозначить правильно. Правильно, а как-то доходчиво, что ли. Не знаю, как объяснить, не знаю, как описать это. Ну, короче, вот эта вот фигня. Мне кажется, там два вот основных эти. Есть еще какие-то рейтовые БГ, там. Это третий, но это уже больше на арену похоже такое что-то. Ну вот третий, наверное, это вот. Там игра, мне кажется, про это. Я не уверен. Guess my priest is dead. There's no way he survives that, right? It's just the Shadowborn Warrior with Season 8 gear. Blade Stormy. On a priest that doesn't even have 1000 resilience. And the priest just goes down like a bag of shit. Alright, man. Thanks for games. I think I'm done for tonight. Do I need to do something else tonight? I don't think so. I think I've done everything for today. Maybe these 2 quests. Should I do them? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do them. Maybe. It's like 2 AM my time though. And I'm tired. I don't know. If you guys have any questions, now is the good time to ask them. Because like if you have something to talk about, or if you have something to ask, then I could stick around. Otherwise, I guess I'm just gonna piece it. Wanna see some Feral Rogue? You know, maybe someday. But honestly, I didn't really like Feral Rogue that much. I played it like once on Wrath, and I didn't really like it. I mean, if there's a nice rogue, then I probably could play it, but we would definitely have to be on voice and like play properly. Otherwise, it's not gonna be fun. Like the comp is like very face rollish, I thought. So that's what I disliked about it the most. The fact that it's so like face rollish. You just mash buttons. Most games, like fucking two, shred, stun, that kind of shit. So yeah, the only way I'm gonna enjoy it, I think, is if I'm playing with someone I know, someone, you know, someone good, basically someone decent with a voice and that kind of stuff. Becky, I'd like to play some Wrath with you in the future. Oh, that's sure, man. You're playing what? You're playing mage. We could play Pharaoh mage or priest mage. If you're playing other classes, we could do that too. We could play some other comps, I guess. А долго вообще прикачивать и одевать персонажа на X1? Но в зависимости от патча. Если на ваниле, то, по-моему, там реально долго все это делается. И качаться долго, и одеваться долго. То есть качаться там, я слышал, недели 3 где-то так. Одеваться вообще даже не берусь угадывать. Ну, долго, хз. At least this is more fun than facing Warrior Druid as Priest Rogue in TBC. I don't know, I mean, if we're talking good Warrior Druid, then it's actually pretty fun to play. If they're bad and the server is not horrible, like horribly scripted, you know, if the core is good, then Priest Rogue actually has an upper hand in that matchup, kind of. I mean, and if the Warrior Druid is good, then it's actually fun to play, because then it's not that easy to beat them. Like, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Basically, on all TBC servers prior to War Main, Priest Rogues normally just dominated Warrior Druids, and only if Warrior Druids were good enough, then, I mean, not good enough, if they were like really good, then it was actually fun playing against them, and they had a good chance. and it was like a fun matchup actually, where you need to use your brain, like you need to know when to switch, you need to know when to burn, you need to know exactly all these things, because you couldn't beat them by just tunneling warrior with dispel and dotting the warrior and like bleeding him and blinding druid and CCing druid, that kind of deal. Like that's how it usually goes. So on those servers you would win, I mean I would win 95% of the warrior druids by just face rolling them, like face rolling dispose on the warrior, dotting the warrior. My rogue would just bleed the warrior up and CC the druid, and we would win like 98% of the time, because there were really not that many good warrior druids. But I remember on death side we would play against some good ones, and it was actually fun. I have a video of it on my channel. We had some games against like Mosquito and Nagarvin. Those games were pretty fun. And we would lose some, we would win some. We couldn't beat them by just tunneling warrior mindlessly. We had to actually use our brains and do something else, you know, not go for that obvious, regular, usual strategy. So it was fun. On war main though, it was not as fun, because warriors were just giving priests hard. Mace stuns were ridiculous, damage was ridiculous, sweeping strikes until a certain point was fucking ridiculous as well. I don't know, Azzy did pretty nice job kiting our wounds with hell. Azzy's not a good warrior, man. He's not bad, but he's not the best warrior or anything like that. I mean, I'm not saying that to bash on the guy or to make him look bad or anything. I have nothing against the guy, you know. I wish nothing bad to him either. And I don't have a horse in the race. I'm just saying that Azzy is not the warrior I would consider to be in the top, to be like, you know, to playing on the top level. He's not bad, he's decent for sure. But yeah, there were better ones. That being said, he might have done a really good job of guiding your wounds or whatever. You know, he might have played well. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that, like, if I were playing and when I were playing TBC, Azzy is like, he's not a player I would ever be concerned about. Like, I would ever think, you know, oh, how do I beat this guy, or like, what are we gonna do against that guy? It was just, I don't know. I didn't need to make any special efforts in order to win his team, you know, most of the time. Sometimes they would still win. I'm not saying I won all of the games. Most of the time I wouldn't have to move a finger, basically, or figuratively saying, to win them. Which that kind of shit never happens when you're playing against someone really good. Against those players that I consider really good. Ну да, столько времени. Да, сорян, кстати, что я тебе там долго не отвечал. Я на Твиче просто... Ну, на YouTube больше сообщений, я как-то их читаю в первую очередь. Столько времени на игру убить, просто пиздец, как относишься к варпалам. На личе негативно. Типа очень сильный сетап, сломанный, можно сказать. Ну, на Ферале на самом деле мне нравится против варпалов играть. То есть, когда я играю с хорошим престом, точнее, когда я играл с хорошим престом на личе, в последнее время я ни хера не играю с хорошими престами. Но когда я играл с хорошими престами на личе против варпалов. Мне, в принципе, нравился этот, ну, нравился этот матчап. Мне нравилось играть против варпалов. Прикольно было. Ну, то есть, такое ощущение было, что у них было больше шансов победить, но мы могли, типа, если мы нормально играли, мы могли выигрывать каких-то даже хороших варпалов вполне, если мы сами хорошо играли. А насчет время на игру убить, не знаю, это сложный вопрос. Если тебе нравится, если тебе это удовольствие приносит, то почему нет? I know, and mega toxic too, but yeah, I see the point. Were there any good players on Outland on War Main Outland Season 1, Season 3? It's Gucci, I think, was the best mage though. I don't think he was. Not in my eyes. He wasn't. The best mage was probably Avisura that played in Season 1. Mainly played, I mean, he started playing, I mean, at first he was playing with Mir mostly. They were playing Rogue Mage. And then he started playing with me, or I started playing with him, however you want to put it. We started playing, whatever. And we were playing Priest Mage in Season 1. So by playing it with him, I could see that he's a really good player, and maybe his TBC skills weren't quite as good at first. As we continued playing, he improved quickly, and he's just a great player. He was, I would say, he was the best mage player on the server. And besides him, even there were other people that were, in my opinion, better mages. Like my Russian friend is a better mage, I would say. The guy that I was playing priest mage with from time to time. Blizzcoin, I think, was his name. So I would say Blizzcoin was a better mage than It's Gucci. I would say Saza is probably a better player too. I wouldn't say he played TBC better necessarily. Probably he still played better than Gucci. I don't know. I'm not sure though about Saza, but Saza is also a good player, I think. So I would definitely put those three before Gucci, like in terms of skill or whatever. Also, I have nothing against Gucci, you know, I'm just saying it as I see it. Gucci was alright, he wasn't bad, but again, not on the top level as I see it. And to answer your question as to whether or not there were good players on War Main Outland Season 1 to Season 3, yeah, sure, there were. War Main had actually, especially in Season 1, I would say the most, I'm not sure, I'm trying to think how to put it, how to say it. It had the most, like, the biggest amount of good players, you know, playing on a certain server among all TBC servers. Does that make any sense? Like no other TBC server except maybe early AT TBC. Yeah, probably early AT TBC had, you know, as many good players, if not more. I'm not sure. I wasn't playing back then much. I played there for like half a week, and then I started playing again like 2010 when it was already too late, kind of. When most good players had left. So yeah, War Main had like actually many good players, I would say. Because many people came from retail, many people came from other expansions, and many of those people were actually good, like for real good. Like Mir or Avisura or Saza, or, you know, there were many of them. And that's why it was so fun, because the competition in season 1 was actually pretty good. Too bad the game was garbage. Like season 1 TBCs is a joke of a game in my opinion. I mean it's fun in some matchups and for some comps, but overall game is very unbalanced and stupid. But yeah, season 1 had the most amount, like I don't know, I'm like tilted to say the most something, but I didn't fucking know how to express it. I don't know, man. Season 1 was actually very fun on One War Main, and season 2 as well. And by the, I would say like in the second part of season 3 is when most people had already left, or had started leaving like in significant numbers. Who else was there that was good in my opinion? Like I would yeah, among all those I would note Mir, Avisura. I liked some French shaman, Chris6. He actually played really fucking good on like compared to any other TBC shaman I've seen. He was probably the best shaman I've seen on TBC ever. He played really good. So these three, then Saza was good. Power Scalper is good. Avishan is good, I think. I mean, he's, you know, definitely up there. And a couple of others that I'm forgetting, but these that I mentioned, these guys they were like the best players in my opinion on Warmane. You already forget about BFA? No, I didn't forget about it, I just don't play it. I might actually start playing it any day now. I'm not sure if I will, but I might. Because a friend of mine is kind of waiting for me to start playing so we could play, like he wants me to play Druid. Rest Druid, I guess. He's leveling Warlock, or he has leveled a Warlock. So he wants to play something like Warlock Druid, some Warlock Druid 3s or something like that. So I might start playing on retail again sometime soon. I really wasn't enjoying the game lately on retail. Like, I don't know, especially Priest. I liked season 1 of BFA more than season 2 for sure. I really didn't like season 2 at all. I mean, not at all, but like, you know, sometimes I would still have fun playing, and sometimes I would play and enjoy the game, but for the most part I felt like, you know, why am I even playing this shit? What am I doing here? That's how I felt. Ладно, спокойной ночи, хорошего стрима. Давай, Дим, спокойной ночи. Спасибо. Ну, стрим-то уже заканчивается. Я еще просто, типа, вот эти 2 квеста сделаю на Винтеркраспе и тоже пойду. Ну да, давай, спокойной ночи. But yeah, those guys that I mentioned or named, they were like the best, but there were also many just solid, good, decent players that, you know, I won't be able to name all the names here, so I won't even start to. But there were many decent and good players on Warmane in season 1 and season 2 especially. Some Russian guys, some mostly people that came from retail, I would say. And there were a fair bit of those guys, like a fair number. And like I could see that on TBC they're not as good on TBC. They don't know the game as good, but it was obvious to me that if they continued playing the game, and especially if they would play with someone who knows all the details about the game, they would quickly become good, like become really good at the game, because they were good players in general. So there were a lot of people like that. Maybe not a lot, but more than on other TBC private servers for sure. More than any more than on any other one. To my recollection, at least. I mean, yeah, TBC Warmane was pretty good for sure, but as also only in early days. It was still fun to play in like 2010 and 2011 and 12 or whatever. I don't remember how long it lasted, but it was pretty much fun until the end for me, because the server was good, it was stable, there was no stupid features like on Warmane, for instance. No stupid game mechanics like big small hitboxes, dynamic this, dynamic that. None of that shit. Like TBC is an expansion where there is already enough. There's so much RNG that you really don't need to further, you know, to further, what's the word I'm trying to find here? To bring more RNG into the game by implementing those dynamic DRs and dynamic combo timers and shit like that. It has more than enough RNG already, and so Warmane really hit that mark of like, I don't know, the server was like solid. It was imperfect for sure. It was very far from Blizz-like. It was probably nothing like retail TBC, but it was a good game. It was a good server to play Arena on for sure, and many people agreed on that and kept playing it until the end. Even by the end of like in the later days of the server, still a fair amount of decent players remained and kept playing it. It was fun. Like the online was pretty low. Arena was not as active as it used to be, but it was, you know, the decent players were still there, and the fun was still there to be had. Then after that, I'd say most TBC veterans switched over to Death side, and it was also pretty fun. It had its upsides for sure, also its downsides, mainly PvE. Like PvE was something that made the game at the same time really fun, and it allowed for many interesting combinations and variations, and and strategies and all that were not present on AT, let's say, or some other servers. So that PvE really spiced up the game. Sometimes though it was too much. That was the problem with it, is that sometimes it would just ultimately ruin the game. It would make it unfun when you would face like a rogue mage that knew what they were doing. You just couldn't do anything. No matter what comp you would play, you had no chance if they were good. Pretty much, you know. Sometimes, obviously, you could win sometimes. You could maybe squeeze a few games out of them, a few wins, but normally you just couldn't do shit. And that was pretty unfun. Some other things about it were also pretty unfun, but overall it was actually one of the better servers in my opinion. One of the better TBC privates, and relatively many decent players were playing there, so it was fun. I'd say other servers were kind of, I don't know, at least in my experience, most other servers were kind of fucking bad. War main TBC DR back in the day was such a disaster. I had to wait 30 seconds to get another full poly. Yeah, they had that dynamic DR thing, which is a very cool feature, they thought, I guess. Where the DR would be randomly somewhere between 15 and 20 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Instead of it being static 15 as it was on most other TBC privates prior to War main. Actually, I wouldn't mind it being even 18, as long as it's static. That's good. Even fucking 20, make it 20, man. Whatever, you know, it's, you don't need more randomness in TBC. Seriously. Same goes for combat timer. Yo, Allhuds, do you have any character on Ice Crown, or do you only roll on Blackrock? What do I need to do? I need to break one of these towers, right? Destroy one of the eastern towers, some shit, right? I guess it's gonna have to be either this one or that one. So just go there. Maybe kill this guy, why not? I really see BA playing properly now. I'm tired. Just wanna relax at this point. Man, this guy's strong. He's oh no, I thought he was being healed, but apparently he just ate his pet. Sure. What do you do for a living? Well, I play WoW for a living. You know. And in WoW I do all kinds of shit. Like I might do boosts when there's demand. I might sell characters if I happen to be playing on some server. Like I was playing on Warmain, for instance, and I would sell a bunch of characters. I just do some things in game. I don't know, man. Boosts, selling characters, selling in-game currency, some shit like that. That's what I've been doing for the past, well, I would say 4 years or so. Streaming also, you know, I get some kind of money from streaming, not much, because I don't really monetize my videos a lot, mainly because I have music there that's copyrighted, and I don't really feel like playing copyright free music on my stream, because there's only so much of it, first of all, and then also I don't like it as much. Let's just say it, I don't like it as much. Like I want to play something good in my stream, something that I myself would listen to, something that I think is good, or something that I enjoy, you know, something like that. And so I would also put this kind of music in my videos for the most part. I have a few videos that where a few videos that have copyright free music, and those, you know, I get a bit of money from those because I'm able to monetize them. But mainly, yeah, I don't get much money from streaming. I don't get much money from those videos, obviously. Like, that's not even a significant profit or anything, you know. Sometimes people donate on stream, that helps, I guess. Sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you know, little by little I get something, a little bit something here, a bit something there. Every now and then I'll sell something, some characters, you know, someone asks me for a boost. You know, that kind of stuff. And so far so good, you know. I don't make much, but I don't really need much. I'm doing what I like. I'm not too ambitious. I mean, maybe I am ambitious, but I'm good at suppressing my ambitions and not being disturbed too much by them. I don't know if I'm ambitious or not, but yeah, I would say I'm not. Let's just say, for the sake of conversation, that I'm not too ambitious and I don't need much. I am, as I said, I've been doing what I love, and I am doing what I love. So not much money is needed, fortunately. And my needs are pretty basic too. I don't have a family, like a wife or kids or anything like that that would require some sort of serious money. I don't have many responsibilities, you know. Is it true that every third Russian gets its money by non-legal ways? Or is it old Finnish joke? I don't know how it is these days. No, I wouldn't say every third, but then again, like, it's a difficult question. It's a complicated question. It depends. I would say that even today, most Russians are still getting their money. Like, there are still, fuck man, how do I put it? To an extent, their money is somehow illegally earned or obtained or whatever. Yeah, earned, let's say earned. Because, you know, some what do you call this? Those businessmen, those serious people of this world, the ones that hire people for jobs and so, like business owners, yeah. Most business owners in Russia, well, maybe at this point, maybe not most, man. I don't have a clue. I don't go outside much, so I have no fucking idea. I don't talk to people. I don't know what's happening in my country because I practically don't live in it. I live online pretty much, but that's another story for another time. Anyway, most business owners, they avoid paying taxes and that kind of shit, and they pay salaries under the table, so to say. So yeah, I mean, would you consider that a non-legal way of getting money? I guess it can be considered such way or such thing, or it can as well, might as well not be. You know, it depends on how you look at it. Some would say that a person that's being paid that way is earning his money, is earning their money in a non-legal way, and some would say it's okay. Like, I don't know, man. These questions are complicated. But yeah, I mean, I'd say a fair bit of Russians at least were getting their money in ways or through ways that aren't necessarily legal. But that's a thing of the past, I think, for the most part. I think nowadays most people are pretty normal. Like not normal as compared to the rest of the world. Okay, I'm done with this shit. I didn't win the PG, I didn't destroy the tower, didn't do what I came here to do, but whatever. Do you think you're going to look back and regret how much time you put into living online / playing WoW? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, certainly at some point. Is it like ultimately gonna be my conclusion on how I've spent this time? And this was all in vain, and this was all time wasted or not? Is that ultimately gonna be my conclusion? I don't know. I don't think so. But hell, man, I get this thing. I get these thoughts now too. Sometimes I'll get a thought like, oh, you know, what am I doing with my life? Maybe I should do something else. Maybe I'm wasting time. Maybe I get these thoughts. And you know, the regret is not far from these thoughts. The regret comes as well sometimes. Not often, especially not lately. But at times, you know, especially when TBC sort of died out, I had a thought or two about it, about this, you know, these things. I thought, you know, should I just move on? What should I do? Because I didn't know what to do. Like my life has been just doing this, whatever this is, playing the game, earning the money through the game, spending my life online, not going out much, not socializing much. But it's complicated. It's not just, you know, it's a complicated question, dude. Just sometimes I do get this regret. Sometimes I do regret it, but then other time I'll think about it again, like I'll rethink it and come to another conclusion. Like I'll think, you know, I was still loving what I'm doing and I was enjoying what I'm doing, and I wasn't really doing this for the most part to achieve something that I ended up not achieving, in which case that would actually be hard to digest, you know. That would be hard to deal with if you are if you're constantly putting effort into something to achieve some goal, and then you end up not achieving it, or in some cases even you end up achieving it, and you look back at the time spent, at the time, you know, that cannot be returned. You look back and you regret, because you realize you had wasted so much time. I wouldn't say that's my case, fortunately. I mean, I might be wrong, but I don't think so, at least right now. The way I see it is I'm doing what I love, and, you know, I'm doing what I enjoy, and I'm not really trying to get somewhere. This is just my life. So, I don't know. If you have the shit you need to have done, and you're having fun. If you have the shit that you need to have done, and you're having fun, then it's so good. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, someone said, I heard, the time spent in enjoyment is not time wasted or some shit like that. So I don't remember the exact phrasing of this, but I guess you get the idea. The time you spend enjoying something is not a time wasted, even if you ended up not getting anything out of it. Like, I can totally see how at the end of this life of mine, right? If I ever get to see the end of it, I can see how it's possible that I won't have earned anything at all doing this, but, you know, I don't see much problem with it, honestly. I guess I'll just move on to something else, and even if there's gonna be some regrets, I'll try and deal with it, try and look at it in a reasonable way, in an honest way as well. And, you know, I don't know how to say. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'll be crushed or destroyed by the realization of the fact that I've wasted so much time, you know, because I don't think that's the case. I obviously I am wasting time, sure. I mean, we all do, don't we? I think as long as we're not trying to chase things that are like you know, if I was trying to become the best at the game, and if I was trying to you know, whatever, you know, just chasing that something, whatever that something might be, if I was spending all my time doing that, if all the time that I've spent playing this game and doing what I do was to do that, was to achieve something or to do something, and then whether or not I would achieve it, I think then I could be crushed by the fact that, you know, at the end I actually ended up not getting anywhere and not getting anything, even if I would, you know, achieve my goals. But since I'm not doing that, I think I'm cool. I think I'm okay. Sure, some regret is going to be there, and some pain ultimately, and some negative. There's going to be a negative side to it for sure, as it is currently present. Like in my everyday life, I also regret things, and I think bad thoughts, and, you know, whatever. But it's okay. Aren't we wasting time by watching Uzbeki waste time? Oh snap. I don't know, man. I think ultimately it depends on how we look at things. It's important to, I think, understand what is wasting time, and in my opinion, or at least I'm of the opinion that wasting time is trying to achieve things like material things or things that are lasting or that are in time, like trying to achieve something, let's just say some goals or some dreams of ours or things that is more likely to be considered wasted time than doing something that you like and that you enjoy. So yeah, that's how I look at it. You want a queue? Nah, man, I'm good. I'm about to go to bed here. It's been a long day. Oh, the corrupted way, but in my opinion, the workers ain't doing nothing wrong. I think so too. So yeah, to answer your question, I think for the most part, it's not true that every third Russian gets their money through doing something illegal. No. I think most people these days are just working, and you know, most people are pretty normal. Wait, man. We have a special guest, I guess. The man himself, the legend. Some love him, some hate him. The Malako. Are you interested in Netherwing? Nah, man. Not too much. I don't know, man. Netherwing, I think, is a pretty crappy server. At least that's the impression I got from playing one evening on it or one day. It was laggy. It was buggy. We didn't face a single, I think, good team in the arena, and in general, arena was pretty inactive. Just tuned into your stream. You're okay? Yeah, sure, man. I'm fine. How about yourself? I don't know. Can you even hear me? Should I type? Should I just speak? Because I think it's a more convenient way for me if I speak. I can type as well. I mean, I'm not sure if you have the sound on. Is there not much of a PvP scene, or are you just done leveling? All that too, yeah, I see. I mean, I don't mind leveling as long as I believe in the server that I'm leveling on, you know? As long as I think that the server is gonna be good, and yeah, stuff like that. Which, in case of Netherwing, I never... can type The stream is delayed for me, sure. So yeah, in the case of Netherring, I always thought, I mean, from the get-go, I thought the server, I had this, I was of the opinion that the server wasn't gonna be any good. For some reason, I had this like mindset, and so far it proves to be right. It proves to be correct, and you know, to me still it doesn't look like a server I would want to play on. So yeah. So those of you guys that were wondering, here's what Malika has to say about it. It says that launching a PvP server nowadays is impossible. And sadly the cross-realm system is not fully developed in TPC. Well, that's unfortunate, man. That's sad. Because I also thought that it could be like a really good thing basically for TPC. If you guys release this kind of server, this kind of realm, that would be nice. And sadly, we dropped that when we closed down Medivh developed focus to yeah. Oh, what do you think about PayPace? I don't know, man. I think he's a chill guy and a cool guy. I don't want to say much more about him. Sort of secret, sort of public info already for those who looks closely. I guess I can describe it in one word: PTE. I wish I knew what that is. I know what PDR is, but PTE I have no idea. Are you familiar with Buddhism or something? I'm asking because your thoughts about waste of time and goal achieving seems that way. They are that way. They're not my original thoughts. I mean, I might have some thoughts that are similar to that from time to time, for sure, but overall, my opinion on that matter is more of like it's more of a more of an adopted one, or more something more like something I take for, or something I choose to believe. And yeah, they are basically of Buddhist nature. Not quite Buddhist, I guess, but similar to that, yeah. Like true PDI, progress through expansions. Oh, that's actually great. That sounds good, man. Buddhism is closest to the true that you can come, to be honest. More people should look into. Yeah, Buddhism is nice. I like Buddhism. Although I don't know much about it. But yeah. I've been enjoying reading about some Zen masters and some Zen teachers, and they're basically reading their expressions. Yeah, I like that a lot, for sure. As to Buddhism being the closest to the true that you can come statement, well, yeah, generally speaking, probably, yeah. But I mean, there are other traditions that also got close, and that have their roots in something that's actually true, and that might be the truth itself, or whatever. I mean, I think ultimately all religious traditions, or most of them, have their roots in that, but some over the years have become pretty distant from their roots, so to say, and they I don't know, man. It's a it's a tough topic to get into this hour for me. But yeah, I mean, what I mainly meant to say is that, yeah, I generally speaking agree with your statement, but there are other traditions as well. That speak of that same thing that Buddhists are speaking of, and that speak it also in a pretty truthful and direct manner. But yeah, man, it's good that you guys are launching this kind of server. That's interesting. I find that interesting, and I think it's gonna attract a lot of attention too. And hopefully a lot of people come to play, people from retail. We were actually just talking about Outland before. I was talking about how it was, awesome that a lot of people from retail came to play, and it made for great competition. Well, not great maybe, but made for good competition in the arena, and like generally arena was very active on Outland during season 1 and season 2. I said too bad that the game was shit itself. Like, the game itself is shit in season 1 and 2, in my opinion. It's a mess. It would be so much better, in my opinion, if all those people would actually play in season 3 or like season 4. That would be nice. But yeah, even as it was pretty pretty cool and pretty fun. So I think that, you know, this kind of realm can also attract and draw some people from other expansions and from retail, and you know, maybe we're gonna have a blast playing it. Maybe it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. Like it sounds definitely, it sounds fun. It sounds interesting. Hey, was Becky Maliku's decent partner for twos. Dot kill. Yeah, man. That's OP. The realm will stay as it is, or we get a new realm coming up in a few months. Cool. But yeah, it's kind of a shame that Outland died out as soon as it did, because to me it's sort of started dying out in like, well, in the midst or in the middle of season 3 is when I felt most people had been gone and had left the server. So it's a shame that we didn't make it as this, you know, great server with a lot of good and decent players and whatnot. We didn't make it as such server until like season 4 is when, in my opinion, the game gets good, or, you know. I mean, season 3 was alright. The beginning of season 3 was kind of okay. Still a fair amount of people were still playing. A fair amount of good players were still there. But yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Well, you can blame Reddit a lot for Outland dying out with all the TBC servers that tried to launch. Yeah, I think all those new, or well, I think there was like 2 of them mainly. Those new servers being launched is what played a huge role in Outland dying out. I mean, unfortunately, you can't avoid that. Some people were, you know, displeased with the server and disliked it, and not for any legit reason, but for their own reasons, you know, to each his own. But it's always been the case that people would, you know, jump on that hype train and leave the, actually Outland was pretty decent as it was, and that happened to other servers before, that people would just jump on that train and, you know, all switch over to those other newly freshly opened servers or newly released servers or whatever, you know. And that has a negative impact for sure on the population, because, you know, when people start to leave, then there's less people playing, and now that there's less people playing, more people start to leave. It's that kind of thing, kind of a vicious circle. So yeah, that sucked, man. But yeah, maybe we're actually all gonna have a blast playing in that new realm of yours, new realm that you guys are about to release in a few months. Because actually, I think Warman is like, you know, I'm not gonna say that I like everything about it or that it's a good server, it's the best server or anything like that, but it's pretty good for sure. And you guys have a professional approach, which I like. And you guys have a name as well, the name that can actually attract people and that people trust, and that that is like significant enough for people to consider when you're releasing some new server. People from other expansions and from people from retail will consider playing there, so that's cool. And so if you know, if any, yeah, I don't know how to express this, but whatever. In 8 days it's my 10 years anniversary with private servers. Yeah, people can have expectations when we launch something. Yeah. And you know, when you guys are launching something, people will pay attention to that. And I think that's cool because that has some power. Like that has something that can make people come and check it out for themselves, which ultimately makes for a good experience for like all of us players, because more people come, the more fun it is to play and that kind of stuff. So that's cool. Anyway, I was actually just about to go to bed before you joined us, Malika. And it was nice chatting to you. I think I can say that I'm, well, you know, I'm interested in that realm, and it sounds really fun, and it sounds like something that can have like great potential, that has great potential, and it's something that can turn out to be really good, and you know, a good realm that we'll enjoy playing. So that's cool. Good to know. Well, what War Main is mainly known for is its stability. Yeah, I agree. I was also like, I'll talk about that every now and then on stream. I talked about it, about how you guys have stability, no stupid sort of issues like lagging or like not too much of that. Like, I don't know. Stability, yeah, is what you have for sure. That's cool. That's what people like as well. What people are expecting. And not everyone can deliver. I guess you guys can, so that's nice. And I'll be looking forward to that new realm of yours. So I guess I'll call it a night here, guys. It's 3 AM my time. I'm pretty tired. Been a long day. Thanks everyone for tuning in, for, you know, making a good conversation, making for good company. And yeah, thanks for watching overall. See you guys next time.